Hello and welcome, my Digiball leaves. So, Pokemon and Digimon, they are not all that similar. What's wrong with you people thinking that one is a ripoff of the other? That's just not true. Different topic though. What if we would merge the worlds here? Specifically Kanto and its prominent trainers, which would basically only be the main characters of Red, Blue and Green, as well as the gym leaders and the Elite Four. Yeah, Kanto didn't really do all that much with characters and stuff, we only have those, but what if they had Digimon partners with whole Digivolution lines? I am here to tell you what they would look like. Probably, maybe not, who knows. We will never know. Except maybe one day we get a Pokemon and Digimon crossover. I digress though. Let us start into the video. Also like and subscribe. It's important for the channel, it's important for you, and it's important for all of us. The whole world will be better if you do. So for Red, Blue and Green, yeah, the problem is that you use a starter Pokemon. So we cannot set something in stone here. But we can have a choice of starter Pokemon, of course. First would be a very obvious choice for Grass. Yeah, Grass would be Palmon, of course going into Togemon, and then into Lilymon, and then Rosémon. Simply because it's the old typical Grass type. Well, Grass type, I say, plant Digimon line, and it just fits. I am not only using old Digimon exclusively here, but for the starters, I think we should. Agumon for fire is so much a given, and of course Greymon, then Metal Greymon, which doesn't really use fire anymore, and War Greymon, simply because typical line of these Digimon. Water might not be as typical as you think, simply because Gomamon does elemental changes quite too much. So I'm gonna go Betamon, Sidramon, Mega Sidramon, and Metal Sidramon. Still simple. Of course, there always is the yellow version and the Let's Go versions, where you have Pikachu and Eevee as your starters. Unlike other Pokemon fans, I don't count these as starters, but they are Pokemon you start with nonetheless, and we need to cover them here. For Pikachu, well, I gotta use something very new. While Elecmon would be a choice, I think Pulsemon works much better, as it also retains its electricity throughout the evolutions that make sense, which are Bulkmon, Boutmon, and then Kazuchimon. Can you imagine Ash running around with a Kazuchimon? Oh boy, yeah, it wouldn't sit on Ash's head. It would be the other way around. Ash getting shocked, well, he's used to that by now. But what about Eevee? Well, when it comes to Eevee, yeah, there's no real Eevee Digimon, because Digimon in general can have split evolutions. Show me one Digimon that has like one line and cannot go into any other evolution. It just doesn't exist. So I wanted to go for the more cat-like and quadruped look, which didn't work out until the end, but I think with Lyomon, and then into Liamon, afterwards into Loda-Leomon, and finally, yeah, becoming bipedal after all into Heavy Leomon. That works. It's not quite how Eevee looks. Eevee's not really a cat, it's more like a mixture of cat, dog, and like everything. But I think this could work. Yeah, it's the best I could come up with. I had Gamamon on my mind, because in the show it has this split evolution, but only for one stage, and then it goes back into the same thing anyway, so yeah, I I thought that would be kind of pointless. Brock, as our first gym leader. I mean, you gotta go with Gotsumon, right? The rock kid. Of course. Then into Golemon. I mean, Rock has a golem on his team. Well, in English at least. In other language, that's different, but oh well. And Golemon into Gogmamon makes sense. And finally, exploding into rocks with Blastmon. I think it fits him very well. And there's no Rocky Snake we could give him in Digimon, so yeah, there we go. Misty! Yeah, this is a bit harder, but I wanted to give her Shakomon for the child level, and then the evolution takes a weird turn into Rukamon, a dolphin, but then it suddenly makes sense. Misty is also known as the Mermaid, or something like that. So Mermaimon, and then finally, of course, into Ancient Mermaimon, just makes sense, right? Lieutenant Surge. I contemplated giving him some military Digimon. The problem here is they aren't really associated with electricity that much. So I gave him an Elecmon, which, yeah, has a bit of Pikachu Raichu charm going on. But then I go into Thunderballmon, so an electric ball. I think Pokemon has something like that, but I'm not quite sure. Then into Tekamon, which doesn't look as electric, but it has an electric sword attack, so I think that counts. And, well, machinery, military, finally, High Andromon. Basically the supercomputer the military can use to hack the enemies, and yeah, you can easily see High Andromon also being electric in some way, so I think it works, even though not as much as I would like, but I'm halfway happy with it. For Erika, I gotta use Floramon. She's the first grass type gym leader. Flora means plant, so Floramon it is. And then her Japanese dancing style, well, Kabukimon. Yeah, usually an armor level, but armor levels are weird nowadays, so I had to use it. It just fits her so good. Then let's not fit her as good anymore with Ajatamon. Okay. But then the protector of plant life, Bloom Lordmon, would fit her very well. She doesn't have a Pokemon on her team that is like that, but you know, find a Pokemon that looks like a Mega level Digimon. Good luck. Koga, believe it or not, is a ninja. Balkamon 2006, believe it or not, is a ninja. And it evolves into Kogamon, who, believe it or not, has basically the same name as Koga. It just had to be Kogamon on his team somewhere, right? Well, it's Digivolution line. He doesn't have a team. He has one Digimon, but you know what I mean. And then the ninja stuff kind of stops a bit in Digimon. There aren't really any Mega, Ultimate, Perfect, whatever you want to call those level ninja Digimon that I would want to use here. But Karatenmon at least has the dark aesthetic. Yeah. And finally into Kuzuhamon. The poisonous stuff is like out of the window here. Poisonous Digimon do exist, but I rather wanted to go with the ninja aesthetic. I think aesthetics go before typing in this scenario here. Because Digimon don't have types or elements really. The elements depend on the game you play. It's a weird thing. But yeah, so Kusamon is a dark priest thing. It could do like some magic trickery that is ninja-like. So I thought it fit very well. Sabrina wasn't really easy. There aren't really psychic Digimon. It's not like there are none, but it's not like a big thing in Digimon. So I wanted to go for more like a I don't know, creepy? That's not completely the right word, but I chose Bammon. And then into Snatchmon, Destromon, and Ragnarmon. The full line of them. I thought that would be fitting. Snatchmon even kinda looks like Mewtwo in a way. So, yeah, I'm not completely happy with this line. This line made me question if this video idea would be any good anyway, but I wanted to do this video, so here we are. This is the line I've chosen, and I explained myself enough now. Blaine and Fire. At first I thought he needs a Maramon. No. I decided against it. He does start with a Cantmon, but then I wanted to go more into the Arcanine looks of things with Lynxmon, a cat on fire. I think that fits Blaine really well. Then into Flaremon, which, yeah, works fine enough, still a cat on fire. And then I technically wanted to change the evolution line again. But looking at the options, Apollomon just fits too well here. Blaine is also a scientist. Fire, Apollo, Smithery. There is a connection there, so yeah. Giovanni. Remember that I said aesthetics go over type? Well, for Giovanni, like, ground type Digimon would be... It's hard. There aren't really, like, anything fitting. Like, some things could fit, but they are mostly rock. So I wanted to go for cats. Yeah, with Plotmon. That is a dog. And there's no black Plotmon, because my plan, what I wanted to definitely include here was Tailmon Black. Gotta use Plotmon for that, because it fits too well. So, well, he has a white cat in the beginning, and then a black cat, which then becomes a Bustemon. As an evil guy, I don't want to imagine what he does to that. And after Bustemon, we have no real dark cat Digimon anymore, which, well, why not give him a Demon Lord and Barbamon? Barbamon looks like a ground type, right? He's groundy, isn't he? Lorelei, as our first Elite 4 member, of course has ice stuff going on. And this was a bit hard around the middle. Yeah, Panmon makes sense, the penguin. Then Yukidarumon, the walking snowman. Okay, yeah. The perfect / ultimate level, that was hard. So I just threw Mammon in there. Suddenly an elephant, but you know, it's from the Ice Age. I guess it fits. And finally into something beautiful that you could also imagine singing in a beautiful voice, just like Lapras. But Frostvelgamon does not look like Lapras at all. Do I care? No, because it doesn't have to. Bruno is next, and yeah, fighting type Digimon. Well, there exists some, I guess. Martial arts. I wanted to go a bit into a different route and, like, give it something that is big and bulky and can pack quite a punch, starting with Pokémon. Why Pokémon? What the fuck? Well, because Pokémon basically is the little guy that wants to become stronger. And it becomes a Tsuchidarumon. Big, punchy, yeah. Then, the earth Tsuchidarumon is made out of gets compressed, thus even stronger, to Insekimon. Yeah, Insekimon was basically just a scapegoat or something, you could say, to lead into Bancho Golemon, which I think fits Bruno really well. This huge punchy guy, yeah, it's sturdy, it's punchy, it's more a rock type than a ground type, or fighting type. Actually, Bruno is a fighting type Elite 4 member. I always forget that because he doesn't use fighting types for his team. Even though there are fighting types left he could use. What is wrong with you, Gen 1? Agatha, the Ghost Eli 4 member. Yeah, Ghostmon is a given. And then, of course, Bakemon, followed by Phantomon, again a ghost, and leading finally into Metal Phantomon, a very powerful ghost thingy. It just basically writes itself. Dragon Master Lance. He has to become, well, not become, he has to get a Dracomon. Yeah, that evolves into Cordramon, but then goes a bit different than usual into Megadramon, because, well, he has some snaky dragons on his team, and, well, it's not as beautiful as his snaky dragons, but finally, Megidramon. Yeah, it's not like the cuddly dragon Dragonite is, but it's a big, powerful dragon that makes you piss your pants. This just works for Dragon Master, come on. And those are my picks for Digimon partners for the Pokemon characters from Gen 1. Yes, I did not include every important character. We are missing like Professor Oak and also Bill, but they never were shown to have a Pokemon team. No, I do not count the planned thing that Oak had going on, because that's not official. They cut that out. So, yeah. I think this is some solid picks. I'm not happy with all of them, maybe. Maybe you can tell me some better picks down below in the comments. I would appreciate that. Also, leave a like and a subscribe. Most of my viewers aren't subscribed. Can you believe that? We have to change that. Come on. I'm almost at 1,000. Hey, you could be the one. You don't get anything for it except good content I make, but oh well, be the one. And also, hoping to see you next time. Until then, bye-bye. And check out this video. This right here. Down here.